All right, we should be about to get going here, as always. Oh, we got Chorley cakes. That's awesome. It's been, yeah, I think this is a more friendly time for the UK people, which is why I've started doing these. It's a bit wacky for me because I'm doing 2 streams in a day, but I want, I don't know, a lot of the UK people are really cool. A lot of the US people are too, but just wanted to make sure they can catch some of these live. Okay, we are live. We're working. It's functioning. We're streaming. Hello, everybody. Hello. I hope you're doing well. It's night for me, which is, I guess I should be used to streaming at this time. It's a bit late. It's a bit late for me, but it's been, oh, it's been one of those days. It's been a tough day. So hopefully this is a nice little bit of relaxing here. But let me explain to you what we're doing today. So you probably saw I was running a choice scarf Alolan Persian. You're like, think across, what the heck are you? Have you finally lost it? And the answer is no. We actually have a good reason for this. I'm not just like, I haven't run out of ideas. I haven't just you know, there's a valid reason for this. And let me walk you through what that reason is. So Persian is in ZU, and in that format. It runs this set. Well, at least this was the set I saw. Foul Play, Knockoff, Parting Shot, Switcheroo with a Choice Scarf set. Funny that it's 4 dark moves. I just kind of realized that now, but that's kind of cool. So some good utility. Foul Play, Knockoff, Parting Shot, Switcheroo, all very good utility moves. A lot of value there. A lot of value there. So next thing is you look at its bulk and you might say, Pink across, I don't know about this. I don't know about using this Pokemon as Foul Play. 65 HP and 60 defense. You might think, okay, well, Fur Coat's going to double that. That's still not amazing. But here's the thing you got to remember. EVs are additive. When we add on to that 60 defense, it gets a lot higher, and then it gets doubled. So this Pokemon is like close to Dondozo. It is so incredibly bulky with Fur Coat. Fur Coat is, I would say, after like Huge Power / Pure Power, and after then like what is it, Wonder Guard, obviously Wonder Guard, Pure Power, and Huge Power, and then maybe Magic Bounce. After that, Fur Coat is probably the best ability in the game. And here's what it does. It doubles your defense. Now it is not fluffy. It doesn't have any downsides like fire moves dealing double damage. And it does not have any contact condition, which is huge because Fluffy only works on contact moves. And the meta is never using contact moves. Like we got Cinderace with its Pyro Balls, we got Earthquake everywhere, we got Aqua Cutter, we've got Ogerpon Wellspring's Ivy Cudgels, we got Dragon Darts from Dragapult, we've got Icicle Spear on Dragon Dance Kyurem. I mean, there are some contact moves. Obviously, Zamazenta is making contact all the time. Yeah, no, Dozo is a bit of a stretch. Okay, yeah, it's not like Dondozo, but it's okay. Apparently, it's equivalent to it having 150 defense. This 160, this 60. So that to give you an idea. Imagine if this thing had 150 defense and 65 HP. That's the kind of bulk we're looking at. So someone says, so is this just bring the ZUmon to OU again? I mean, no. Like, I don't know we're going to be running a different set than they typically run in ZU. We're running the same moves, but different EV spread. And the purpose is different, and the building around it will be different. So, like, I don't know what to tell you. If that's troublesome to you and you're not intrigued by that, then that's okay. You know, you're welcome to head out. But what I think is interesting about this, yeah, I agree. It needs an evolution. Both Persian forms could use evolutions. Someone says Mola time. Yeah, spoiler alert. Yes, it's a defensive Pokemon without healing. Yeah, we're running a Mola. It's totally good. It makes way too much sense with Persian. And yeah, I mean, there's a reason I run Mola more than the average person. A lot of these not so good Pokemon really like Wish support, or at least maybe not so good, difficult to make work, niche Pokemon, unique Pokemon, right? So yeah, Fur Coat is one of the best abilities in the game. Not really much else to say about that. Just straight up doubles defense. After EV investment, that becomes a lot more. Yeah, the 60 defense is super misleading. It ends up, apparently it's equivalent to 150, and someone did the calc. But to give you an idea, let's look at some calcs here. Persian, like let's just do some calcs together. So let's do Wellspring. I think Ogerpon Wellspring is a classic. It is a classic. So you see, first of all, we see Foul Play is getting the one-hit KO after Swords Dance. We see that 56 minimum. But let's put in defense. Let's give it bold. Or yeah, whatever we run. Okay, so that's an Ogerpon Wellspring Ivy Cudgel is doing 32.6 maximum. 32.6 maximum. That is a Wellspring's Ivy Cudgel. That's pretty good. Let's check Dragonite. Let's see how our friend Dragonite's doing. Dragonite's Earthquake without boost is doing 20. 21 maximum. At +1, it is doing 32 maximum. It's Dragonite, ladies and gentlemen. That is a Dragonite. What else? What else can we show off? How about a Ceruledge? Ceruledge Bitterblade, Life Orb, Adamant Bitterblade doing 36 maximum. What else can we look at? I think that's a good place to be, but I'm trying to think if are there any other calcs. And remember, this is not contact dependent. Curem, Dragon Dance with Icicle Spear, Ivy Cudgel, whatever. Isn't this like a worse Petron? No, Petron's not fast. That's the key thing. This Pokemon is, especially with a Choice Scarf, it is lightning fast. That is the benefit to this over Petron. Petron gets outsped by all the Pokemon with super high attacks and a lot of boosts, and then dies. Alolan Persian is also, it's not bulkier than Petron. I'll give it up. It is not bulkier than Petron. You have Trick Scarfed, it's the speed. You have two things to distinguish it from Petron. One, the fact that it's not a poison type. Mostly a disadvantage, but being dark, having stab, foul, actually no, that's a huge, what am I talking about? No, yeah, having foul play, stab, foul play right off the bat without having a Terra Dark, huge difference from Petron. Its foul play does a lot more, it's able to stop Wellspring. Maybe not better, but certainly in a different way. It's much better against Dragonite, doesn't need to Terra to beat Dragonite. What else? Yeah, there's the speed, the super speedy Parting Shot, the fact that it does have Switcheroo. Kingambit, right? Resisting that is nice. So I think this, let's actually check Kingambit out, because that's an interesting one. Yeah, so Kingambit, let's say we've got, how many allies fainted? Let's say like 3 allies fainted. Ironhead is doing 33 maximum. So if we come in after a Swords Dance type situation, yeah, we're not 2-hit KOing with Foul Play, a +2 Kingambit. But, well, actually, we probably go Terra Dark on this. I think that boosts Foul Play. Let's check. Yeah, so Foul Play, we can Terra Dark, and I think that should get us past even HP invested Kingambit. Yeah, mostly. Okay, so we probably do run Terra Dark on this just to, like, really make some Foul Plays kill, and I don't think we'll Terra for any other reason. But we'll see. But yeah, the stab Foul Play is huge, and helpful against Kingambit. Like with 3 allies fainted, an Ironhead into a Sucker Punch is not doing it. It's not killing. That's crazy. That is like, that's insane. What else? What else was another thing? I think those are the main things I wanted to check. Yeah, and then just speedy Parting Shot. Sometimes you want to outpace and then Parting Shot. I would love to build a Stall Breaker Hydrapple with this. In theory, it gives it so much support. Yes. Yeah. How much does Loki? Great question. I hopefully like 0. Like, it should not do anything. This Pokemon it's got to be light. Please be light. Okay, yeah. Low Kick is that 60 base? Yeah, 60 base power, so it's doing just as much as Ironhead. So Low Kick is not a solution to Kingambit's Persian problem, which is awesome. And yeah, Hydrapple was actually something I considered today. Nap. There's a very real chance we do go with Hydrapple because, and there's one other thing I want to talk about though. Those calcs I showed, we might be a tiny bit weaker, 10% to be exact, because I'm not sure we can afford to go with a plus defense nature. So Persian with no speed investment and a Choice Scarf. Go no speed investment at all and Scarf. We are looking at 399 speed. which is really good. Like you're outpacing Darkrai, you're outbeating like a ton of Pokemon, but not quite Dragapult. You don't quite get Dragapult. So it's like, is outspeeding Dragapult important? I feel like it kind of is, I'm afraid. I feel like it kind of is. It doesn't touch Goldango? Yeah, that's true. I mean, like it depends. Like if we Terra Dark, like kind of we can touch Goldango, but yeah, I can't really touch Goldango. Neither can Pecharunt though. I mean, let's see. Remember to like the stream if you're enjoying, by the way. Remember to like the stream. Okay. So what was I just thinking about? It's been, as I said, it's been a long day. I'm definitely more scatterbrained than I was when we were doing Scorch. Is this going to be a balance? Yeah, kind of balance. Maybe an offense, maybe a balance. A bit hard to say exactly what direction this will be taken in. But I kind of have a vision of a Mola, Ursaluna, Cinderace, like probably Mola Ace and then Sunbreaker is the idea. So like Cinderace, or like let's put Mola first because that's like probably the most definite team member. Mola, Cinderace, and then I like probably Hydrapple makes a lot of sense here, like a Life Orb Hydrapple, as someone in chat said. I think that just kind of tends to work well on teams like this. But I'm really greedy. So like I do want to put an Ursaluna on here as well. But for the Wellspring, it makes sense. And like you think like, okay, you've got a foul play Alolan Persian. Surely you're good against Wellspring. It's a Wellspring. It's like you know the Jurassic Park quote where guys like, well, nature or like life finds a way. Well, the same is true about Wellspring. Wellspring finds a way. So yes, Specs Bolt is another option that kind of helps. Doesn't help quite as much as Hydrapple, but kind of works on a similar principle of breaking. I think. Yeah, and that kind of keeps the pivots going, gives us 4 pivots, which is kind of crazy. So I like that vision as well. Why Ace specifically? Just court change? Yeah, pretty much. These kind of more of like fast-paced offensive teams, especially this feels like the kind of team to me that won't have entry hazards. Like I feel like we'll be an entry hazard free offense that's just going to use Cinderace as a one-time hazard removal. And have like a really strong breaker for bulkier teams and try to use like a combination of momentum and pressure to beat those other teams, like the more offensive ones. Now, one concern I do have is that if we're going to be pivoting around so much, we probably want more solid removal than just a Cinderace. But that's something we can test and see how big of an issue it ends up being. But we'll probably need pretty good removal, honestly. Cinderace alone is probably not quite going to do it. What was Scorch for? It was a special wall. What are you talking about? Well, my Wellspring didn't find a way to beat Amoonguss. I have destroyed an Amoonguss team with Wellspring. It was hilarious. Chorley Cakes, thank you very much for the 20 pounds. That is incredibly generous, saying a little something for you doing a UK time-friendly stream, Pinka. Looking forward to the upcoming Pinka tour as well. That's awesome to hear. Thank you so much for the generosity. I really appreciate that, Chorley Cakes. Glad you were able to make this one. And we've got a donation, 10 memberships from Goddess Plushie. Thank you very much, Goddess Plushie. If there's anything you want to say in chat, just let me know and I will read that out. I got to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be back in just a minute. All right, returned. Let's see. I don't think Goddess Plushie said anything. Let me check here. I don't think so. Are we running Fur Coat or Technician? We're running Fur Coat. If you ever see me pull up with a Technician Persian, that's the point at which you can conclude I have run out of ideas and I am washed. Okay. So, I mean, yeah, it has Fake Out, I guess, which is kind of helpful with Technician. I can't think of any other moves, but I don't really want to. It's not super relevant for what we're talking about today. So, yeah, this seems interesting. The Specs Bolt. As I said, though, I'm really greedy. I want to start with Ursaluna, and if it's not working, we switch. So that's I think that's the place I want to start. So let's look at this here. We got normal, fighting, ground, flying, dragon problems. Yeah, that's a lot of types. Okay. You know what could be good is a Corviknight. That kind of fixes a lot of those and gives us a secondary source of removal that I was kind of worried about not having. Now we only lack a fighting resist. And I think we can find an answer to that. I received one of my own gifted memberships. Didn't know that could happen. I did not know that could happen either. Pink Cross, do you play Pokemon? I do, yeah. Sometimes. Not right now, of course, but once in a while. Remember to like this stream. Helps out a lot. Okay. Fighting we need like a ghost type of thing. One of those things. Do we need priority? That would be great. Are there any ghost types that can do priority? There's Ceruledge. Could put on like a banded Ceruledge. That'd be kind of funny. You only live once, right? I mean, might as well. But no, let's maybe think for a second more. Let's make a we lose to list. I'm tired, but that's no excuse for building terrible teams. Let's see. So, what are we losing to? We lose to Wellspring, kinda. It's looking kind of. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. I'm going to say we don't lose to Wellspring, and we'll see what happens when we get into a battle. Probably we'll lose to Wellspring, but I don't think so. How are you going to fit webs plus screens plus TR plus sun plus sand plus rain plus snow with only 2 slots? That's a good question. What is that team analyzer? That was made by Surf and Wob, a awesome community member. They're the best, and the link to it's a Chrome extension, and the link is in the description. So if you want to get this team analyzer for yourself, you can go and do that. I know it doesn't show the full thing here, but it shows all types. All types your team is weak to, automatically calculates once you've added 4 Pokemon, and it's compatible with Pokepaste. So now when people send me Pokepastes, and they're like, because sometimes people will send me teams, and I'm like, okay, you know, this is interesting. I'm like, yeah, how could we rearrange this to make a Breaking Core work? Are there sets that could be changed? And then other times people will send me teams that are like, hey, Pink Cross, what do you think of this? And they'll send me a team that's like everything is wrong with it. Like there are tons of unviable Pokemon, tons of weaknesses to tons of types. None of the sets make sense. It's just like it's a complete train wreck in every regard, and I have no idea what to tell them. Now I get the team analyzer pulled up, and I'm like, okay. You have no resistance to this, and this. I can tell them like that's the first thing to get down is making sure you resist types. But then I also say you might want to try out sample teams for a bit. But it's made it easier to instantly see issues with teams rather than, because when there are like 18 types now, going through that all in your head is tough. So this team analyzer just makes things easier. Okay, so let's see about this. We lose to, what do we lose? Yeah, Raging Bolt, right? That was the one. There was one I like knew, or I thought I knew, and then I just, it left me. But okay, Raging Bolt. We lose to that. Darkrai is not fun. I don't want to have to add a Tinglu. That would be sad here, but we might have to. We might have to. I mean, that would be interesting. That would be an interesting team. I don't know if that would be good, though. How do I fix my defense curl rest stock whirlpool Weavile set? For real. Yeah, that's that, like, I have been sent set like entire teams like that. And it's like I don't even know what to do. And then some people clearly like just heard I helped fix teams but have never watched the channel because they'll send me like doubles teams. And I'm like, bruh, I don't know. I can't help you here. Which I'm not like offended by. Like, I think it's great that people feel comfortable reaching out, but it is like, yeah, I can't help you with the doubles team. Banned Astonished Dragon. Yeah, that's it. That's it for sure. We need a banned Astonished Dragapult. Banned Pult is a cool idea. I don't think it's going to work too well with Alolan Persian though. So let's see, Raging Bolt, Darkrai. Okay, let me lock back in and finish this list. Iron Moth, kind of, yeah, we're gonna have to put on Tinglu, aren't we? No, but then we don't have a resist to fighting. Then we don't have a resist to fighting, so we need that as well. So that's kind of that's the struggle here. Okay. Yeah, that's the struggle. Yeah, if Moth sets up here, we can't really do much. That's why it's on the list now. Like an AV Glowking, I feel like no, well that doesn't actually answer Raging Bolt. That just gets smoked by Raging Bolt. Yeah, that's not so good. Okay. All right. Need more Natdex content. I did a Centiskorch stream this morning. Isn't that good? There was the whole Mega Beedrill video. Like I'm engaged in the Natdex community. Okay, Iron Moth. Okay, come on. What do we got here? We got an Iron Treads. What am I talking about? Okay, we're team weaknesses, right? As I said, guys, it has been a long day. I'm not sharp right now, but I still have good principles, and I still think I have a chance to make this successful. But I will admit, I am not sharp at the moment. How about a fat D-Knight? That is not fat. D-Knight is not going to help with Raging Bolt, I'm afraid. How does AV Glowking lose to Bolt? Because it can't use Toxic, right? I mean, what happens is AV Glowking comes in, Bolt clicks Calm Mind as it enters, Bolt Calm Minds again, Slowking clicks a move and does like 25%, Raging Bolt clicks Dragon Pulse, it does like 60, and then I look at my team and I say, what do I switch into Dragon Pulse? Nothing, and then we lose. That's the situation. Okay. So right, Iron Moth, kind of. I feel like Goldengo is not a barrel of laughs either for us. Doesn't seem great. It's like I'd like to add a Tinglu, but it's then we lose to Zamazenta. We don't have a fighting resist. Primarina is not fun either. That is not fun at all. That is not fun. I'm not sharp at the moment. I'm dad. That's pretty good. I mean, I know it's not a good joke, but maybe I'm just tired enough that that's funny. But that felt pretty good. Okay. This is overused. We're not putting an Assault Vest Kingambit on this team. Without Knockoff and Pursuit, you really can't justify an Assault Vest Kingambit. Primarina. Was I okay? Tinglu. Like, I want to put on an AV Glowking, but that's not going to help with Raging Bolt. I know it's just not going to help with Raging Bolt. and it's like that's a big concern. Maybe the Corviknight was where things went awry. Are there any steel types that could like help us? I mean, there's treads. Maybe we try. Is there an angle where we could go treads instead of Corviknight? And then we need a flying last, but maybe that opens some doors. Let's see. So that leaves fighting and ground as our only issues, which are both solved by a flying type. So this seems, in theory, more manageable. Let's make a new we lose to list for this next version. It will have a lot of the same things, I'm sure, but it won't have Raging Bolt, so that's good. So we lose to... Put the Ogerpon in the bag. I might not add an Ogerpon. I don't know what you're talking about. Can't tell what the team plan is. We parting shot and we pivot around and then we kill stuff with, we hit big move, big attack with Ursaluna. That's it. That's pretty much all there is to it. It's not a complicated plan. Darkrai still, Iron Moth still, Goldengo still. I mean, we could put like an AV, like a super fat AV treads would actually be hilarious here. That I kind of like that idea. If we went like a super, I'm talking like maximum special defense AV treads. I feel like everyone would hate facing that, and that would sit on Iron Moth, which would be so funny. But like, I mean, let me pull up a calc here. Maybe I'm going crazy, but I feel like this treads idea has some potential. Like, you'd be shocked how much AV and max special defense, what that can do to a Pokemon. Okay, so let's see. What is this? Like, yeah, thing that the careful. Sure, yeah, okay, and then we got Assault Vest. Yeah, you're taking like, okay, that actually does more than I thought. That does a lot more than I thought, honestly. Yeah, that's not great. Wow. That actually does a lot more than I thought. Still, I mean, that's how much is like a Darkrai doing? Let's take a look at that. Well, hold on though. Is that? No, that's not boosted. Yeah, that just does a lot. Okay. Well, let's check like a Darkrai. Darkrai Dark Pulse doing like 25. I do think the AV treads idea is cool here, but yeah, we still have some threats, but I think the AV treads idea is fun. Goldengo still, yeah, it's a regional variant. You're right, that might confuse some people though. The second we lose to list is for the second team. Let me just delete that. I mean, no, I don't want to. Let's just, okay. What was the? Oh God, what do we even have on the other team? Corv version. That's what it was. I don't know. I know I seem like I'm like really out of it now, but I have. Remember, last time I was a lot more tired on the Glow Bro stream. Real ones remember, I was on that Galarian Slowbro stream. I was operating on 2 hours of sleep, and it kind of went crazy. So I don't know. Maybe exhaustion is like fuel in battling. It definitely doesn't help me team build, but maybe it'll make me like crazy at battling. Who knows? Why are we yabbering about AV Gliscor for clearly the play is Iron Ball Fly Dragonite? True. Is Grasspon a problem? Oh, you better believe Grasspon is a problem. Grasspon is the problem. We definitely need a flying type last. I think there's no doubt in my mind that this last Pokemon is going to be a flying type. It's just kind of a matter of which one, and I want to assemble a we lose to list before we kind of make any conclusions there. Primarina is also a problem still. Rillaboom, like, I mean, Woodhammer, like, destroy. You know what we could use is a good old-fashioned Scentiscorch. I wish that, I mean, not really, because we need a ground immune, but I wish Scentiscorch was in this generation. It would have been so cool. Oh, well. What's the point of Scratch Pad over Notepad? When I click on the screen, the Scratch Pad doesn't go away. The Notepad went away, and it was super annoying, and the Notepad also resized itself all the time. The Scratch Pad changed, like, going from Notepad to Scratch Pad is literally the biggest improvement in quality of like for my experience streaming was the biggest thing ever. Like I can't express how much I hated dealing with the notepad relative to this. This is wonderful. Anyway. Oh gosh, donation. Sorry. Sleep Walker, thank you very much for the $5 donation saying enjoy a protein shake. Much appreciated. Tonight, I've already consumed one. It is night for me. So tonight I've already had one, but I will drink my protein shake to your honor tomorrow. Sounds like a job for AV Torn. Ooh, that is a cool idea. Yeah, potential final members. I like that idea. AV20. I like it that gets another regen member in there too. Yeah, that's an idea I'm a big fan of. Ooh, who said that? Let's look. Mortification personified. Good call. Good call. I appreciate that. I feel like I've seen you have a lot of bad ideas, but that was good. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Okay, I think you're just memeing when I look up. Because yeah. Let's see. Okay, all right, where were we? Okay, we were talking about this list. Imagine 2 assault vest users. Dare I? Do I have the gall? I definitely do. I think we should do that. That'd be so funny. 2 assault vest users and then like a fizz def. Oh, this is I feel like this could be really annoying. I'm kind of liking the direction this is going. This could be super annoying to deal with. Okay. Yeah, please do like the stream if you're enjoying. I feel like this team's going to be fun. Whether it's good or not, I don't know. I think it's going to be fun though. Double regen cores are the best. Double regen cores are the bomb. Don't even hate. Okay, so we got, what do we got here? We got, okay, let me lock back in. What were we, threat list, right? Okay, so let's see. Dragapult is mostly fine, especially with Ursaluna. Enamorous is kind of rough, but with AV Treads, not so much. I think we're fine. I think we're fine with Enamorous. And someone says, oh, okay, hold on. Who? Oh, Chorley Cakes was the original suggester. That's, yeah, that's very mortification personified. The fact that they were like, yeah, that Chorley Cakes. Great idea. Thank you. And yeah, mortification shoutouts for the credits. A nice wholesome moment. Banning the green guy really, I feel like was good. Feels like we've been having some more wholesome streams. Where do I get a scratch pad like yours? Good question. It's in the description, the extension. So the scratch pad is part of this team analyzer thing you see right here that tells me the type, the weaknesses of the team. So yeah, you can just get it there. And you'll have this, and it saves between sessions. It's so cool. It's so cool, and you can like save it to a text file. It is great. Pinka's 83rd let me lock in this stream. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. I lost focus again. I'm sorry. I'm having fun with the chat interaction, but I really do need to lock in. I feel bad because I know a lot of people like just listen to the VODs. And maybe they find, if you're listening to the VOD, you're not seeing what's going on. Let me know if you're still enjoying this commentary. I kind of somewhat doubt it because I usually try to create like a narrative about what's going on with the team and the direction, really talk through it. My thoughts have been so scattered today. I feel like anyone listening to this who's just kind of using it as background noise has got to have no idea what's going on. So let me quickly regroup both myself and for all the new people in chat. And let me just talk about what we're doing here. So the idea behind this team, we've got this Trick Scarf Alolan Persian, Foul Play Knockoff Parting Shot, Switcheroo. It's going to be a full defensively invested set. The Choice Scarf is just here for speed, so it can outpace stuff like Ogerpon, Wellspring without having to run a lot of speed investment. It does have enough speed that it could invest in speed to outpace Ogerpon, but then it would have to give up all that crazy defense, and we want it to be really bulky. So that's why we're going with the Choice Scarf. We've got an Alolan to wish it up. Alolan Persian has 65 base HP and no recovery, so it is the perfect type of Pokemon to pair with Alolan. Now, these Pokemon are going to be pivoting a lot, so I knew we would need a lot in the way of hazard control. So we've got a Cinderace, also contributes to the pivot core, keeps the pivoting going, which I love to see. We've got Ursaluna, which is basically the idea is just, hey, we've got a Wishmola, we've got a lot of pivots, let's add on a crazy breaker. This could be a Hydrapple, this could be a Specs Raging Bolt, this could be just an Ursaluna as we see. There are a lot of directions I could see this. Going in. And then AV Treads. Or excuse me, not AV yet, but we've got an Iron Treads here to answer Raging Bolt, give us additional removal. Because this team's going to be pivoting around so much, we don't really just want to rely on Cinderace. But that group of Pokemon, Persian, Mola, Cinderace, Ursaluna, Treads, very weak to ground and very weak to fighting. So what we need to add last is something that's going to help with both of those. And as both of those types are resisted by flying, it's probably going to be a flying type. So that's what we're looking at right now. And the idea of Assault Vest Tornadus has been introduced, which I think is a very, very good idea, because we could potentially have not only a double regen core, which is really great for longevity in some more difficult games, but it also continues with the pivoting, and it just creates this team with so many pivots, so many cores, and it could give us, if we went Assault Vest on Treads and Tornadus, it would create this really nasty core where we have a physically defensive Mola, because we'd probably go max HP on Alola Mola so we can heal up Ursaluna more. So it would be not like the usual mixed defense Alola, it would be max HP, max defense. That combined with Persian, super, super bulky. Then we'd also have a really, really bulky specially defensive Treads and a really bulky specially defensive Tornado. So I feel like that's the vision, but I want to make sure I finish this this we lose to list before I lock anything in. All right. Yeah, Volt Switch on AV Treads, probably for more pivoting. I think that is likely the direction we'll go in. Because yeah, we'll go probably Rapid Spin, EQ, Ice Spinner, Volt Switch. Maybe not Ice Spinner. Maybe not Ice Spinner. We've got Ursaluna Mola, which is pretty great for Gliscor. But Gliscor can be annoying still. Gliscor can be annoying. We probably would go Ice Spinner. Potentially Terra Ice Spinner, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, for Curem, because that could be a little bit annoying for this team as well. That could be annoying. Yeah, Terra Ice Spinner. Yeah, I think that would probably be the direction we go in. Aren't you pretty weak to ground also? Yes, I did state that we're weak to ground and fighting, so that's why we need a flying type. Helps with both. Okay, so that's kind of the overview of where we're at. I gotta stop looking at chat so much and try to wrap up this we lose to list. I keep getting distracted and missing it. So where did we leave off? I think I left off around Enamorus, which is okay. Garganacl is kind of actually not fun. Garganacl is sort of a menace here. So I'm thinking, the more I look at this, the more I think maybe Life Orb Hydrapple is a better choice for the primary breaker. But we'll see. Okay, yeah, the other thing I should note, which I kind of should have maybe paid attention to, the priority issue. We'll probably go with a Libero Sucker Punch Cinderace here, and with the Foul Play Alolan Persian and all the Assault Vest Pokemon, we might be okay with having weaker priority on this team. I do feel like we have pretty good resources, but I'm kind of worried. I'm worried about the Kingambit problem as well, because Persian does not one-hit KO Kingambit. Like, it beats it 1v1 under optimal conditions. It's not really the golden standard for Kingambit, because that Pokemon is a nightmare. So maybe the Tornadus plan is, we might not be able to follow that. We might need to go with a different ground type. Now, interacting with chat isn't bad. It just is sometimes tough for me to focus on both. So let's see, Garganacl. Yeah, Kingambit. Kingambit is kind of a threat, which is not great. Like, one thing I kind of want to do is, if we were to put over Ursaluna low kicks, That would be just super anti-offense and destroy a lot of teams. But the problem is if we replace Ursaluna as low kicks is not really a breaker in the same way. It can't really consistently. It can break a lot of teams, but it can't really get past stall like Ursaluna can. And if you face just like a Zapdos, a Moltres, a Corviknight, it's rough. So as nice as it would be to fit low kicks here, I don't really think that's going to be possible. No hazards outside of court change. That is the plan. I think a hazardless team fits pretty well with Ursaluna. We might go specially defensive leftovers treads with Stealth Rock, but I'm thinking hazardless is okay for this kind of build. I think it's okay for this kind of build. Let's see, Gliscor kind of, yeah, Gliscor kind of as well. Is not fun. Tusk is fine. I mean, Great Tusk is fine. Great Tusk is fine if we go with the Helmet Mola. We can trick King Gambit with Persian. That is a point in its favor. Just Plushy, thank you very much for the 10 gift memberships. That is very generous. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you want to say anything, feel free to say that. I will read that out. What do we do to our Zamazenta problem? Add a flying type. I mean, yeah, we add a flying type. But let's see. Okay, Kyurem is not too big of an issue. Yeah, Ogerpon, Grasspon. No, we had Grasspon down already. Yeah, Rillaboom, we had that down already. Glowking is not. No, we're fine with that. Wake is okay. Zama, yeah, that's fine. I mean, no, Zama, we lose to Zama for sure, but okay. Let's think about this. No, this isn't that long of a list. Like, okay, I mean, yeah, it's a pretty long list, but it's also like a lot of these Pokemon aren't like destroying us. We need more for them. Does the Scarf Cat outspeed Zamazenta? Yes, I think it will. We're going to have to probably give it a plus speed nature. I'll do a quick EV check to see if it's optimal to invest a few EVs or do a plus speed nature. Probably we'll go with a plus speed nature though. Okay. So yeah, Zamazenta. And then I think, is there a world where we go, like, let's just look at some flying types quick. Well, let's see, like, maybe there's something levitating that can help us. I don't think so. You know what, actually, you know what could be interesting here is a levitate wheezing. I wonder if that might not be so bad. Looking at the threat list here, it's not terrible, but I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good. If I'm running specially defensive Zapdos, I've got to figure myself out because that's not a good Pokemon. What else do I... Yeah, I think AV Torn makes a lot of sense here. Yeah, probably AV Torn makes sense here. Need 40 EVs to outspeed Zama, 64 to outspeed Paul. Yeah, that's probably too much. Probably just go with a plus speed nature. Okay. What? Yeah, that's... I don't think there are any levitate Pokemon. Let's look at some flying. I mean, like, No, Hydreigon does not a resist. I mean, levitate wheezing. No, it just doesn't really do what we need. I didn't know you streamed at these hours. Yeah, I typically don't. I typically do not. This is unusual. It's just it's been one of those days. This was supposed to happen way earlier, and then just stuff kept happening. It was brutal, but it is what it is. And you know what? I'm here now, and we're gonna have a good time. So it's okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's just put on the Tornadus. I think let's stop messing around with it. This is the move. Okay, we're going to see how this goes. I've got lots of reasons to be doubtful of the results here. You know, I wonder if anyone can think over, because Ursaluna here, we don't have a lot of offensive pressure on this team. So the slot of Ursaluna being like the ultimate breaker of everything, it does need to be very effective. If you think of any other Pokemon that could suit this role, tell me in the chat, and maybe there's a way it can be kind of worked in. You know what else I don't like about this is Toxic. The Toxic Spike situation is not great, but at the same time, that's usually Toxic Spikes is going to either mean Glamora, at which point we can just kind of court change early game, or Stall, at which point Ursaluna is going to be an Ursaluna and probably ruin that. Okay. Okay. Let's do, so okay, we got Choice Scarf. Let's do the let's just do a quick check here. If you want to add a 7th member to the team, this is how you do it. Just type it in. So let's check out both of these EVs here. We've got, so one angle is we just go plus speed, and then 252, 252, and probably like, I don't know, I guess 4 in attack. I don't really know what we do with that. So let's check, or how much does it give us if we put it in speed? Does it give 2 points? It's not those thresholds now. Okay, so probably just attack then. I guess special defense. I don't really know. The CVs doesn't really matter. Okay. Banded Tinglu is not a breaker at all. Like, think about, you gotta ask yourself, is this Pokemon going to get past Stall? Is a Banded Tinglu getting past Stall? No, not in a million years. Specs Raging Bolt kind of could work here. I think Specs Raging Bolt could work here, but I don't know. I think it could work here. Halt. Oh, jeez. Hoopa U looks like the ultimate breaker in theory. Why isn't it? Well, it is the ultimate breaker. It's just not the ultimate Pokemon because it's not that fast. Has a very poor defensive typing, but it is the ultimate breaker. Yeah. So that's an option too. That's an option too. There's a oh, excuse me. There's a world where we go Hoopa here. Let me get rid of this weird double thing. Yeah, there's a world where we go Hoopa here. I could see a Banded Hoopa being good. I think that fits the vision. I really want to start with Ursaluna though, just because, purely because I'm greedy. Okay, so what we were doing, we were checking the stats. So let me just verify some stuff here. Persian, Alola, and we are no bulk. If we went with a speed nature, Choice Scarf, excuse me, Dragapult. Let's just check this. I'm pretty, 420, yeah, 421. Okay, so, okay, if you go Jolly, no speed investment, you are super outspeeding Dragapult right off the bat. Cool. So, and if we were to not go Jolly Nature, if we're to go, how many points do we need to invest? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 64. So the person earlier was correct. 64. So we have one version that's going to be just this plus speed, and then the other version that's going to be 64 speed, but it has a plus defense nature. So let's see where that leaves us. Or not bold. What is it? Impish? Yeah, there we go. Okay. 224 defense, 219. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So I think, yeah, that's, 224. Okay, so I guess it is optimal to go with this spread, the plus defense one. I did not expect that. I thought that would be. Am I going crazy here? Like, that, 219, and this one hits 224. Now, you do hit a lot higher speed with that other one, but after the point which you're outspeeding Dragapult, I feel like it doesn't matter, really, so I'm not too worried about that. So, okay. I think that's worthwhile if we're really not having issues with Dragapult, which we might not. I do see a world where if we just go for outspeeding Zamazenta, we can put more EVs in defense. Because the thing with EVs being additive, these EVs kind of do matter a lot. So, but I feel like it's good to have. So okay, I think we go with Terra Ghost on Mola. I think that's going to be the best option on this to block. God, what am I trying to say? For Zamazenta emergencies if that gets out of hand, which kind of looks likely with this team, to be honest, because we got to just like an AV Tornadus is our only way to stop Zamazenta, which is not great. Like Tornadus is in itself kind of a excuse me, Zamazenta is kind of a big issue here. I think Icy Wind is kind of interesting and sort of helps with that. No, it doesn't, because there's nothing we have that really outspeed. I mean, Tornadus can take advantage. Yeah, I think we do go Icy Wind here, and then we have U-turn. I like Icy Wind on these. We can go probably double Terra Ghost, maybe Terra Poison, so we have a T-Spike Absorber, Assault Vest, and I think we definitely go Max here, and I think we go quite bulky. I would say, I believe these go I think this is the optimal spread on Tornadus. If someone could verify that for me, I'd appreciate that. I don't really want to go through that whole EV checking process again. That was kind of hard. I sound so lazy, but please do it for me. Okay, so we got if you want to. If not, we can just roll with this set. I think this is the optimal way to get above 300 speed. I'm pretty sure. So okay, treads. I think let's also go Assault Vest. Let's try this greedy vision here. Rapid Spin, Ice Spinner, EQ, Volt Switch, and let's go with Terra Ice. Helps with Curem, gives us a stronger hit against Gliscor. I think that works. And we want to go, what is this? I don't know why I clicked that. That does nothing for us. Let's go, we want to go enough speed for Raging Bolt, so we're going to put 8 there, and then we go max HP and max special defense. Super, super bulky treads. So we got Terra Ice on that. We've got, okay, we have not filled in a lot of sets. Why did I think we were done? Scarf, Fur Coat, Foul Play, Parting Shot, Knockoff, and Switcheroo. And we've got, I think Terra Dark is good on here to boost the Foul Play damage. Mola, we will go Flip Turn. Primarina loves this team. I don't think it does. I mean, we have a really fat Tornadus that can come in and knock it off, and then we U-turn, we go back out, we go back in, we're U-turning on it, we're flip turning on it. I don't think Primarina has a good time here. Like, I think this Tornadus is really bulky. Like, let me show this off quickly. Tornadus Theron. How much HP does this thing have? Was it like 80? 79. Okay, pretty close. Primarina, like, let's just show like an AV Primarina. OU Assault Vest. Tornadus, we are max HP, max special defense, Assault Vest. Primarina's Moonblast is doing 30 maximum. I don't think Primarina likes this team. Yeah, I don't think Primarina likes this team. I think we can get it pretty well, especially if it gets hit by a Parting Shot. Like off rip, it's doing 0. It's never doing anything. So Flip Turn, Wish, Protect, obviously, and then maybe Scald would be good here. So we have like a way to, or do we need Tickle? No, we don't need Tickle. We have a Persian. That's good. That's really good. I think let's go with Scald. We could potentially try Body Press, but I think I like Scald here. It gives us more chances to kind of fish against Zamazenta without needing to burn the Terra. So okay, yeah, max defense. Let's not forget our minimum speed. Let's do that. Terra Ghost here because it can super PP stall Zamazenta in those situations. Let's go. I think Terra Ghost on this is good. HDB, Libero, Pyro Ball, U-turn, Sucker Punch. We need some prio, and Court Change. Obviously, offensive works. Regen. Let me just make sure these sets are all right. Libera, yeah, it's all looking good. I think the last thing, we got fur coat on that. That would be a disastrous thing to forget. Let's just put in this Ursaluna Flame Body. Jeez, what am I saying? Okay, we've got, we've got Guts, SD, Facade, we could go Headlong Rush. I'm kind of sort of wonder if we should go Earthquake though, because I feel like having a this is going to be crazy and we might regret this, but let's try Earthquake because I feel like the Headlong Rush is sometimes a bit overkill, and having a non-contact option feels good when they're like we run into like a random like Rocky Helmet Garchomp, and that sounds super annoying. And I think I want to try a second kind of unusual option, which is Drain Punch, because I feel like so many of these Ursalunas end up just getting like, I feel like so many of these Ursalunas, like people end up just sacking stuff and stalling out like Flame Orb for a little bit of chip. So this is a weird set, but I want to give it a try. And I do want to go Terra Normal because everybody say it together. I'm greedy and unapologetically greedy. That's how we do things here. Okay. And max HP, we could, I do wonder if we want to go like mixed defense investment on this instead. I do, because like to maximize Alolan wishes and Drain Punch healing. Low key, it's close. I think it's slightly non-optimal defensively, but for the healing, it's like, well, let's see how the calcs look. Because Ursaluna does have a very high HP stat. Let's look against, like, what's a random Pokemon we could calc against? Holy Ursaluna, you are bulky. Actually, hold on, no, never mind. I was thinking that was something else. Okay, let's see, like, what's a calc? Like, what's a random? Let's check like Darkrai Ice Beam. Because it's going to be, okay, so let's see. Ice Beam is doing 62 with max HP, and if we go 128 special defense, it's doing 60. Okay, so we actually gets better on the special side with 128. On the physical side, I think because physical defense is higher, it won't be as good. But let's check, what's a good physical calc to check on this? Something that does a good, let's just check like Ceruledge, the Ceruledge like Bitter Blade Life Orb thing. Okay, so we're doing 57 with, with max HP, we're doing 49.5. And with 128 defense, we're doing 151.6. I think that's worth it. Let's try it. Let's try a double 128. I think that's a case where we do. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I am very tired, but I'm okay. I'm okay. We're getting through it. Okay. So this seems good. I think, yeah, on this team with the Drain Punch and the Wish, the mixed Def Ursaluna, I'm pretty sure it's the right move here as well. Okay. This feels good. I mean, it does. This team, I'm worried about certain Pokemon and certain matchups, but I feel like the idea is really solid. We might just get rolled, or we might be onto something huge. Validate. Gotta love validation. We are indeed valid. Okay. Yeah, Persian, actually, I'm curious to see if it literally does heal maximum. 543, and it is 330. Not quite, but it's healing probably like 80% from a Wish, which is huge. Like, you cannot be running Persian without a Mola. I feel like it's just not going to work without a Mola. Yeah, I'm not worried about Goldengo. I guess Terra Ghost Torn, this isn't something. Okay, are we ready? I think we're ready. Regen, Cork Drive, Guts, Normal, Cinderace. I think we're ready. Let's run it, folks. Come on. Does Iron Defense Core wall Ursaluna? Yes. The short answer is yes. Oh, the Persian EV should be reversed. Ooh. You're probably right about that. Thank you. Yeah, because this thing's not going to be taking special attacks, and that optimizes wish healing. Thank you for that note. Persian. Let's double check this, but I think that you were probably spot on. Let's add this +2 just to show us more here. So okay, we are currently, what are we? Impish 225 192. Okay. Normally you want to have an HP, but Impish. Okay, so we are taking with our current EVs from +2, 252, 192 Impish. We are taking from this Sarah Ledge, let's just make this 0 so I don't get messed up. We are taking 76.3. If we go 252, 192, 74.6. Definitely worthwhile. Makes us weaker on the special side. I really do think that is worthwhile here because this Pokemon is so just here to be taking physical hits. And it's not that much weaker on the special side, so that is a good call. That is a good call. The idea behind the Persian here is that it's fast, so it gives us some speed control, and it stops a ton of physical setup sweepers like Ogerpon, Dragonite, Ceruledge. What else? So let's just actually, I didn't even really ever talk about it. But stops Ceruledge, stops Dragonite, stops Ogerpon Wellspring, helps a lot with Kingambit, stops DD Curem, stops SD Grasspon, SD Rillaboom. Yeah, those are the main ones. And then just like some random stuff. Like you never know when someone pulls out like a Belly Drum Como. People do all kinds of horrid things, you know. Plus special defense gives you 3 more Spadef EVs for 301 speed. Thank you for doing that. Okay, so that, let's see. We are currently 297. And if we want to just hit 301, how much do we need? We need 301. We're at 297 special defense before, so we hit 301, and now we are at 281. Yeah, because we were at, hold on. Let me just check this quickly. But I'm also thinking like outspeeding Pecharunt is kind of nice. Like that 305 speed tier like might not be bad to hit. 297. It gives us 2 more points. 3. I think. Oh no, we get to put this in as well, which is a point. Yeah, you're right. Do we want to outspeed Pecharunt? Is the question. I don't really think do we care here? It does give us a little more bulk. Is there anything else really in that speed tier that cares? That Pecharunt area? If we were to go for outspeeding the Pecharunt, we hit like 303. Do we still end up with more special defense? I think we do. At 281. It allows us to, it's a bit, I think let's go for it. It's really close. It's not a huge deal, but I think it's a small optimization that's worthwhile. I did not forget the Terra type. I do indeed think boosted foul play is better than Terra Ghost because that could help us get past Kingambit. Yeah. No, I definitely do see the Terra Ghost vision for like tricking Zamazenta and just like Terra Ghost being a generally useful Terra type, like turn us into the ultimate spin blocker if we want to. But okay, I think let's stop optimizing and get into the game. We might be doing minor EV optimizations for a team that's just unfixably like awful. So, but let's see. All right. I mean, I kind of like that we have a Cinderace against this squad. That feels good to have. So that's nice. I think what I want to do, because I'm expecting a Gliscor lead. I think let's kick it off with Tornadus, get them scared about knockoff, and then we just hard switch in Ursaluna, probably Swords Dance, and actually no. So that Sinistcha, especially with our set being what it is, that Sinistcha completely shuts down our Ursaluna. So this is going to be a really weird game. This is going to be a really weird game. I do like the fact that we have Persian to try to shut down the Dragonite if it tries. You're the guy on YouTube? Yes. That's me. It's cool to be recognized. You know, I don't understand the people that like don't like being like, I'm gonna say like famous. Like I'm not even famous. But like I love like when people recognize me, and it's wild to me that some people like complain anytime someone wants to like like, oh, I'm a fan of your movies. I want to take a picture with you. Like, that's awesome. That would make my day if I were to like recognize someone. Anyway, though, okay. I mean, hey, if you want to be stacking up spikes, I've got a whole Cinderace. I'm happy to do this. Let's go for a Scald here. I think trying to burn something would be great. Let's see. Do we get it? Let's go for it. No? Okay, no burn. How much is Machagacha doing? Because it's doing like, that's doing a ton. I think we do have to, I think we do have to switch out of that. Okay, okay, let's go for the knockoff. Let's get this going. I mean, okay, Tinkaton enters. Ooh, I think we might get our Assault Vest. Oh no, it's Mold Breaker. We won't get our Assault Vest. Well, excuse me, Assault Vest stolen. Jeez. Okay. Air Balloon was popped. I think this thing has Thunder Wave. How important is it that Mola doesn't get paralyzed? I think this thing's going to be knockoff. It's going to be knocking stuff off. It's going to be Thunder Waving. I think we have to go Mola at some point. Might as well do it now. Let's Scald now. I'd really like to burn something here, especially if we can burn the Gliscor before, as the Toxicor enters. That would be huge. Please. Oh my gosh. And we get paralyzed. That would have been, how cool would that have been, huh? That would have been great. Okay, well, it happens. All right, let's flip. Okay, we got a Swords Dance. I feel like that's surprising to me. Did this team maybe it always did. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Okay, let's just Facade here. I think this kills, right? Yeah. Oh, no, it doesn't. Let's just go for the Facade anyway. Facade, Terra Normal Facade. How much is that doing here? I forgot what this Gliscor set is. We could go Ice Punch. Could be an interesting option. But I kind of like the idea of Drain Punch. Maybe the Drain Punch is just an idea and not good. But yeah, I didn't want to go Persian here because it's like, yeah, we're going to Persian and Foul Play, but I mean, could we even actually though? Wouldn't do that much. If we can trick, you know what I probably should have done earlier this game is trick with Persian, just to like trick something. I feel like that would have been a pretty strong choice. Wow, going into the Tinkaton, that is a super weird. You had a whole Sinistcha. Okay, works for me. You can't do anything to like long term to hurt me here. Yeah, Gigaton, go for it. Gigaton Hammer away. Okay, that's good. You had no reason to let that Pokemon take damage, so I mean, I'm pleased with that outcome. All right, let's bring in Tornadus here. Flip turn. Yep. Gliscor comes in. How much are we doing with Icy Wind? It's not great damage, but it's not horrible damage. Yeah, I think it's worth throwing off an Icy Wind. Why not? Okay, we get knock. This is a super fast Gliscor. That has no bulk investment. How much did that knockoff do too? That did. Hold up. Did 20. Okay. It's not an attack invested Gliscor, but that took a ton. So I think you are no special defense. You've got to be, right, no, it's speedy and HP. What am I talking about? I just saw it being fast. Yeah, okay, so this is speedy and HP invested. Interesting. Okay, that makes this whole thing easier. Let's Icy Wind again, and we can go for a nice little knockoff here, remove something's item. Icy Wind already coming in, showing it is not to be trifled with. Tornadus is actually on its own looking like a major threat into this team, which I love to see. We can U-turn here and pretty freely just go into Mola, and let's okay, cool, drag out the Cinder. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. Let's U-turn. If this Ting-Lu goes down, there is nothing stopping me from court changing, and already I think we're pretty much there. A tiny bit more chip, and there is no reason for me to not court change because the Ting-Lu will die on entry. So we're about to have full hazard control in this game. Drain might be redundant with Wish support on the team. I mean, it's never redundant. Like, more ways to heal is never a redundant thing. Like the stream earlier to the Centiscorch, I had Rest Talk and it had Wish support from Mola. So it's not redundant, but yeah, I take your point. It might be worthwhile. Okay. Okay. incomes, interesting. Interesting. Let's just go into Mola here and throw off a... Do we Scald? Let's throw off a Scald. Let's try to burn again. Why not? Okay, we don't get it again. That's fine. Let's go Tornadus. Okay, let's knock off here. Just get rid of those boots. When we court change later, that'll be great. The Shadow Ball is doing 40 max, and we're doing a ton with Bleak Wind, so they're still not really scaring us here. What they could do is Terra, but then they give up a huge resource, and that, you know, that could go very poorly for them if because Ursaluna becomes crazy. Okay, they decide to Terra. I am totally down for that. That works for me. I am A-okay with this. So, okay, let's think about the sequence of events here. Let's think about the sequence of events. How did it speed? Oh, it's Bleak Wind. I was like, did I click Icy Wind on this thing? And if so, why did I do that? So let's check this thing's speed here. Most of these are EV to 200. Yeah, they're EV to, what is it, like 48 or something? I forget exactly what it is. Oh my gosh, it's a lot more. Okay, 92. Was it 96? Okay, so if it's EV'd for Kingambit and then it's -1, it's 133 now. So Ursaluna still should outspeed. So unless this thing's ridiculously fast, we probably do still outspeed it. I wonder if we want to go Cinderace and Court Change now. I wonder if we want to do that now. We can also throw off an Icy Wind just to make sure we outspeed it with Ursaluna. I think we're in a pretty dominant position here, so I'd say I feel comfortable doing that. I mean, like a Shadow Ball critical hit would suck, but I think we can do that. Let me throw off an Icy Wind here. I think this is the right sequence. Okay, we get another comment. I believe we do live with Cinderace here, regardless. Shadow Ball has a 6.3% chance to kill. Okay, here's what I'll do instead. We'll go into Iron Treads, which is okay. Yeah, we get the Machagachi there. So it should be going for a Strength Sap here. We can Volt Switch into Cinderace. So it should be like, okay, let's not get Earthquaked, and it should go for the Sap. And just to make sure, okay, and yep, sure enough, there's the Sap. We can Court Change here, and there's actually a good chance this thing goes for Shadow Ball. Yeah, awesome. So we get to keep our Cinderace alive and well. And now we got to think about what is the sack. I think the sack is probably Iron Treads. I don't see it being very helpful here. So let's U-turn. Let's just go into Treads. And we can just Earthquake if it wants. It can kind of burn itself out, clicking Strength Saps, just if it wants to do that. Let's think about what we're going to click when we go into Ursaluna. Earthquake obviously kills, but we could also Terra Normal Facade. Those are kind of the two options. I kind of like... Okay, let's see. Yeah, there's just Strength Sap. This is fine. I'm totally okay with letting them just kind of kill Iron Treads here. We'll end up with a little bit of damage. We might end up, actually, as their attack gets lower, we might end up being able to kill with Facade guaranteed. Let's check. Can we do that yet? 87.5% chance to kill, and that's if it's an absolute maximum defense. Have we seen calcs that have shown us otherwise? We clicked quite a few Earthquakes on, so let's check. Iron Tread's first Earthquake did 52. That is information. That Earthquake did 52. Okay. And then at -1, we did how much? We did 35. We did 35, okay. And then at -2, we did 26. Okay, this is like exactly in the middle every time. How much did our knockoff do with Tornadus? Knockoff did 27. It's going to be weird to calc. I think we have to lower its defense by 2 to it having Ghost type and boost our attack by 1 to simulate that. Okay, it did 20. Okay, it's always in exactly the middle range for this, so it might be max defense. It might be. It just might be. Let's go for the Facade. I think that's fine. Okay, Tinglu enters and dies. Cool. Let's go Mola. So I really want to wish up Ursaluna here. Hopefully we don't fail, but like worst case, this thing, okay, we get paralyzed, which is annoying. Worst case scenario though, oh, come on, Mola. Lock in, Mola. What are we doing, buddy? Like we can always just switch into, okay, we finally get a wish going. How much is Persian taking? I think Persian is still like chilling. Yeah, Persian is still not worried about this. It's taking like half. How much are we doing with foul play? No, actually, we're not doing a ton of foul play though. So maybe we do go just into Persian here. That's probably the right play. Let's not mess around. Okay. Actually, no, but this Gliscor has no defense. Okay, no, that is included in the calc. All right, let's just foul play here. Wow, that did way more. Why did the calc tell me it was doing like this much? Okay, I don't know. Let's foul play again. And now we don't have a choice scarf, which is kind of nice here. Gliscor is going to choose to go down. Fair enough. I will respect its decision. I think we could... No, Switcheroo doesn't do anything. It already lost its item. Let's Parting Shot. And then I think we can go into Tornadus. We probably Icy Wind a couple times. And then we can just do the Ursaluna thing again. We could throw off a few Bleak Winds. I don't think that's really a reliable option, though. I think throwing off Bleak Winds now is fine. We probably sack Cinderace. We could get this thing a little bit chipped before we head out. If we get like lucky, well, say lucky, if we hit. We have been hitting Bleak Winds and getting speed drops, so we have been treated well so far. Let's go. Okay, we missed that one. Let's switch. Okay, they go for a Machagacha that time, which is interesting. I think let's U-turn out, and we want to sack something. On the off chance they've changed the set and it's a Dragon Dance Dragonite, I think Cinderace is what we let go. So let's go into that, and we can just Pyro Ball. We can maybe get a burn. That could be cool. Actually, let's just U-turn into Tornadus. I think that's fine. Okay, I'll U-turn again. Let's go into Ace here. Yeah, Torn still is not at risk of dying, so let's just U-turn into that. Okay, let's U-turn. Gotta love pivoting. It's the best thing. Okay, finally dies. We clicked a lot of U-turns on it. Let's check Cinderace. Maybe this will give us finally confirmation on these calcs. Okay, that Cinderace U-turn did 13, although I think it rounds up on that. So let's see, how many U-turns did we click? That did 11. Okay, yeah, it's still hard to say. But let's go Luna as before. And Facade 87.5 again. I think we just go for that. I mean, are we going to Terra anything else? Like, probably not. We could just... Let's just Terra this. Let's just do it. Okay, Dragonite's going to die. Dragonite's going to super die. Yeah, Persian was good here. Like, it's been sitting in the back, but it did what it's supposed to do. I mean, it's here particularly for more offensive teams, but this team had setup sweepers, and it did what it was supposed to do. Like, we cannot expect more than what we saw here. This is what it's here for. It did well. Remember to like the stream if you're enjoying, by the way, of course. Okay, I mean, Mola, right? Let's just, like, scout, see what this... Okay, flip turn, sure. Tornadus. I mean, we just click Icy Wind again. Unless we get crazy unlucky with these Icy Winds, we're fine. Okay, yeah, like all we need to do is not miss Icy Wind, and then we're okay. So this really should not be too challenging of an endgame. Ursaluna here, does it die? Does Keldeo die to Earthquake? It does. It does die to Earthquake. That's kind of wild that it dies so solidly to Earthquake. But yeah, we have no reason to predict even at this point. I think we don't need to risk like a Shadow Ball critical hit. We can just sack Persian now. And then we just go Ursaluna. Shadow Ball. Will this do it? Yeah, that'll do. I mean, it's a critical hit. Did that critical hit matter, I wonder? Like, just out of curiosity. It did not. Persian is super frail without its doubling ability, which makes sense. Okay, it's Earthquake. Also, shoutouts to Icy Wind. Icy Wind was actually like a really good ad for this game, which I did not realize it would be so helpful. We could probably Bleak Wind and take this out, but let's not chance it. Let's go for the Icy Winds again. Yeah, all we have to do now is sack Tornadus and then just finish the game with Earthquake. Okay. Sure. Yeah, this thing's so slow now. We definitely outspeed it with Luna. Okay, we get a nice critical. I mean, the critical hit does not matter at all. I don't know what bro is doing. What's the plan here? It's not. Like, you're not getting out of this one, I'm afraid. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you're not getting out of this one. Yeah, GG. I mean, I'm not going to say GG till it's over. Okay, no, they forfeited GG. Okay, yeah, I mean, that was good. Team did well. It worked. The Ursaluna was good. The Hazard Core worked. I don't think my opponent played that great, so maybe not the best data point, but did well. Did what it was supposed to do. Okay, Sun. This is always a huge test. Because Sun teams are everywhere. These are everywhere. So if we can do well against a Sun team, that's a huge, huge point in our favor. We don't have hazards. That's the other thing. Especially this Sun team looks particularly weak to hazards. So the fact that we don't have any is not great, but they also look like they get smoked by Tornadus. So I think we just kick it off with Tornadus. Let's get the timer going here. Put on the pressure, because this seems like a game in our favor. I see no reason not to just knock off. I think that seems like a great start. Overheat. So that overheat was that was a critical hit. So Heat Rock gone instantly. Great news. I mean, you can't do much damage at this point. Maybe we Bleak Wind here? Looks like we could hit some stuff. Okay, Saraledge. We hit Saraledge with a Bleak. Okay, and we do hit. That is crazy stuff. Okay, good stuff. Let's, I think probably Mola here is fine. Okay, so this is going to be, it's going to have Poltergeist. Persian. See, the problem is if this thing sets up again, if it goes for, another boost, then we're in trouble. So I think we go into Persian here and hope it's a Poltergeist click. Let's see. It is a Bitter Blade. Unfortunately, how did that do so much? Shadow Sneak is not killing here, fortunately. So let's go for the foul play. But that did more than... No, that was just a high roll. Okay. So, okay, fortunately not a Helmet Tusk, so that's good news. That went our way. Let's go Mola. Okay, rocks go up. That's actually good for us, because we can and will court change those rocks. Absolutely. Okay. That's not that scary. Oh no, that's actually not that scary. We can just protect here. Draco? Yeah, we've got like the world's fattest Iron Treads. That is just so ready to take that on. Okay, I think we go back into Mola here. I'd like to be able to wish again. And they now have 5 turns of Sun. So that whole 8 turns of Sun, that's not happening again. Let's go for the wish. If we could heal up Persian, that'd be great. I kind of squandered it against that Saraledge, to be honest. That was not great. All right, let's check Tornadus. Can you come in here on a Specs Draco? It has like a tiny chance to kill. I think we do go into Torn here. 6% chance Draco Meteor kills us here. Yeah, okay, that got a pretty good roll, but we didn't die, so we take those. Let's... Here's what I think we do. I think we U-turn here as... Okay, interesting. Saraledge coming in. We can just go Ursaluna, can't we? Ooh, yeah, that looks pretty good here. Let's just Earthquake. Slitherwing. Okay, we get a critical hit on Earthquake. We do 1 billion damage. Holy. Let's go into Alolan here. We got a Rocky Helmet on that. CC, cool, good stuff. Is there a chance this thing goes for Terra Fighting and kills my Mola? And how bad would that be if it did? Because that's banded, I'm pretty sure, damage. No, that is not banded damage. Okay, Slitherwing, you are frightening. If they go for the Terra, am I screwed? Do I lose, or are we okay? It is a good question. Tornadus could come in here. Could it take on a Terra CC? It could. I think let's bring in Torn here in case it goes for the Terra Fighting. Okay, it did not go for the Terra Fighting. I believe, does a U-turn kill here? Yeah, U-turn kills, so we just U-turn here every time. Okay, Saraledge comes in again. I can once again go into Ursaluna. We're going to click a big Earthquake. Tusk enters. That's a play. So that's actually huge, because now when we court change, there's not going to be a way to get those hazards back, really. That's really big. Okay, let's go for a Wish here. I think my opponent is not doing... Actually, well, they're like 1873. They're pretty high ladder, but I feel like they're not handling this game particularly well. I feel like we're about to completely destroy them. Hydro Steam, yeah. I mean, check this out, right? We've seen its choice spec, so we can just flip turn here completely freely. We are about to court change, and that's going to be tough to come back from, I feel like. Saraledge, yeah, this is a case I think I go hard into Persian. Yeah, Swords Dance, because you don't kill with a Shadow Sneak here, which is crazy. Okay, they go for the foul, the Terra Fairy. That will allow a survival, and the second Swords Dance. Okay, we're officially scared. We are officially what they call in the business terrified. Is there anything we can do about this? Should I have switcherooed? Actually, in retrospect, I think I should have switcherooed. Was probably the play. Can Cinderace kill with a Sucker Punch is another interesting question. It can. Okay, so that's good. So I think we sack Persian here. We let it go. Shadow Sneak comes out. We're going to wait a bit, and then we're going to go Ace and Sucker Punch. How do you decide between Earthquake? I'll just answer some questions in chat as we kind of stall for time here. How do you decide between Earthquake and Headlong Rush and Ursaluna? This was a pretty arbitrary choice. I would say one thing that makes me more willing to go Earthquake here, though, is the fact that this team's a bit slower paced. On a, like, if we don't kill with an Earthquake, we've got tons of cores and pivoting and Wish support to bring Ursaluna back up. On something like a Trick Room team, I think you want to go with Headlong Rush almost all the time, because the difference between killing and not killing for a Trick Room team is huge. You really need, the time factor is super, super important. So, okay, let's go into Cinderace here. Let's go for the Sucker Punch. Oh my gosh, that one hit KO'd. Okay. I did not think that one hit KO'd. I thought we were gonna like do some tricks with Mola. Okay, we got ladies and gentlemen. Bitterblade is doing, how much are we doing with flip turn here? I think we can flip turn. Maybe they don't have Poltergeist. They do have Poltergeist. GG. Okay, I threw that game. I should have switcherooed, but that was not the team's fault. That was my fault. Yeah, if I just switcherooed there, we would have been totally. I'm not gonna tell you what set Persian was. We might run into each other again, but yeah, no, that was a total throw. I should have used switcheroo, and we were destroying that game. If it wasn't for that, like, the Saraledge was kind of their last hope, and unfortunately, I totally let it happen to me. I let it be me, but that was a disastrous playing mistake. That was not an indictment of the team. Gen 9 random battle. Really strong random battle player we got here. Okay, this is a game I think we Terra Normal Ursaluna and just start shredding stuff that way. I really like the look of Tornadus as well. I think let's start off with Tornadus and say, okay, we could knock this off. I don't know how useful that is, honestly, and I don't love Tornadus getting burned. I don't hate it. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, is there anything else I'd rather? Let's just go Ursaluna right now. Why not? Honestly, why not? Flamethrower. Okay, that did kind of more than I thought it would, more than I'd hoped. Flamethrower kind of did do a ton. Shall we just Terra Normal Facade? Let's do it. You only live once, right? Okay, looks like they're going to lose Tusk instantly. Oh, okay, you are a max defense Tusk. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, we can court change that. I think that Moltres is Scorching Sands. Appreciate the info. Thank you. Okay. Treads. We got an AV Treads. This is an Assault Vest Gloking. We can't bring in Luna here. It's too much of a risk. Yeah, let's just flip turn into Treads. I think that's fine. Sludge Bomb, yeah. Let's go for I guess a Volt Switch looks okay here. I don't think you go, yeah, I was gonna, like, you don't go into your Tusk. That'd be an insane play. We could go for the core change. I'm a little worried we get Will-O-Wisped. Will-O-Wisp would blow here, but they also don't know our set. Like, we could be Blaze for all they know, so... Let's do it. Let's go for the core change. I think that's an okay play. Don't burn me instantly. Please don't burn me with this. Yes, we did not get burned. Love to see it. Let's go Tornadus. Now that we've got Stealth Rock on the field, it is going to be a lot harder for our opponent to okay, well, yeah, that's fine. We're going to knock this off, and that's going to now actually be a real problem for them. And we get rid of that Assault Vest. That is not bad either. Do not mind that one bit. Let's go for a U-turn. Treads is actually like an offensive threat at this point, which is kind of funny. Yeah, Flamethrower obviously doing 0. We can, I think we kill Tusk. Even this is like a max defense Tusk. So let me make sure we actually kill this thing. We low-key might not. Bold. Okay, after Rock's entry, its helmet, we are killing with Ice Spinner. Cool. So let's just Volt Switch here. Should be a, okay, we got a Hydrapple entering. All right, fair enough. Does Ursaluna kill this? Does it outspeed this? Actually, no, it probably doesn't. Wild. Good stuff, Hydrapple. You are one bulky boy. Okay. Tornadus then, right? We can just Bleak Wind this. Yeah. Okay, we missed. That's not a great start to that, but we can go for another one. Let's go for another one. Like, we can pressure this Gloking. It's U-turn now. Let's go Treads. Flamethrower, fine. We can, we'll want to heal up the Treads soon, if possible, but we're still in a pretty comfortable spot. Let's go for a Bleak Wind. Okay, we miss. That's kind of annoying. It cannot kill us with anything here, so I'm going to go for a knockoff. Okay, Gloking enters. Let's go for a Bleak Wind. Actually, I should have knocked off again. That was a bad play. We can U-turn. Let's go Mola. Cool, and let's flip turn. Slowking. Hey, I think they've let us get a kill. I think let's go Luna. Let's click Earthquake, though. I think there's a good chance the Tusk enters, and this is why I want to have a no-contact move. Exactly, look at that. That's why I liked Earthquake. That was the vision. There would be times where there's a rocky helmet, someone's just trying to sack to Luna, we can go for the Earthquake. Someone says, I'm the type of guy to dislike tuna salad. You are correct. Who would like tuna salad? That sounds like the worst thing ever. Let's turn that on. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's good. That's good. We are totally equipped and ready to deal with this. I think we, let me check the flip turn damage and see if this is slow, because I don't want to trick and then have this super fast Kingambit that's smoking my entire team. That would be bad. But I do want to trick if it's a Moltres coming in. So let's think about this. That flip turn did 14. Flip turn did 14, so that indicates no bulk Kingambit. Okay. Have we done any other attacks against this? We hit it with a Bleak Wind, didn't we? No, it missed. Tornadus clicked. Burn Tornado. That's not going to give us any information. I think let's switcheroo. Okay, let's see what it goes for. Ironhead. Okay, so we might get outsped here. We can just go Mola, though, now that it's tricked into that. All right. Let's go Tornadus. Bleak Wind. No reason not to. They're probably going to try to trick us into, like, knocking off their Kingambit, but, like, I don't really care if they do. It wouldn't be that bad for us. Okay, good read. Let's go Treads on this since it won't die to anything, and let's just go for a Volt Switch. It's funny that our Treads has done nothing but click Volt Switch, and it's like an Iron Treads. It's not what it's supposed to do. But, okay, it's kind of goofy. We could go Tornadus and just knock off. I think I'm still fine with that. If you want to go into Kingambit, fine. Now you don't have leftovers. And then I can go Mola and Rocky Helmet and stuff. Like this is okay. I still don't mind. I still don't mind. Yeah, this is doing fantastic. It's time for another kill with Ursaluna. We've been having super really like solid dominant matchups, and even against that Sun team I totally threw, but even that was not a bad matchup by any means. I do indeed. Yeah, no, my food, anyone who's a foodie would like hate me, absolutely hate me. Actually, I once was I was on this date once, and this girl, she was very into food and kind of, you know, different like cooking, and I wasn't like flaunting my unusual and by some standards sad dishes and the total lack of interesting food I had in my life, but I wanted to be honest, right? So I think when she asked me about food, I was like, yeah, I kind of, you know, I sort of don't do that really. And then it was, yeah. I didn't see her again. I think she was horrified. Anyway, let's look at Treads here. So this is Terra Fairy Alluring Voice, which is doing, I mean, just nothing even with that. So that's pretty funny. So let's we do have to be somewhat careful here, though, actually. I think let's go for Tornadus to start. I think Tornadus can live a +1 Thunderbolt. Looks close. I'm actually, okay. I wonder if I stay in here. Could be bad if the Hydrapple Terra Fairies is the thing. I think letting Treads get weak was not a good move in retrospect, looking at the potential Jolteon scare. I think I actually stay in and click Facade here. Wacky as that sounds. Terra Fairy, Alluring. Okay, going straight for the Alluring Voice. I respect it. Let me go Mola here, and let's Wish. Hydrapple enters. Can Iron Treads live any hit? Earth Power has a 50% chance to kill. So the answer to that is no, it cannot live any hit. Tornadus it is, I guess. Let's knock off. Knock off looks good against everything here. There's a Glow King. Let's go for a Bleak Wind, I guess. Let's go for another Bleak Wind. Or let's knock off. I think 2 knockoffs will probably do it. Never mind. Well, they might. Oh, okay. The surprise Psy Shock coming out of there, startling me a little bit. Let's U-turn here. Into what? I don't know. Okay, Hydrapple enters. We can go Cinderace U-turn here. Looks pretty good. That'll do it. That'll do a chunk. Does Tornadus die to a going all-out Fickle Beam? Probably. A high roll going all-out Fickle Beam would do it. Nothing else would. Okay, that's fine. Let's U-turn here. I think Persian knockoff is actually a solid play here. I think that covers a lot of things pretty well. Hydrapple comes in, we get rid of the heavy-duty boots. Oh, we have a leftovers. I kind of forgot about that. Cool. Okay. Parting shot. Let's do, and let's bring in Cinderace. I think is good. Let's go for. I mean, the Moltres is kind of could burn us, which would be annoying. Let's U-turn anyway. I think that's fine. Okay, we do get burned, which I totally, honestly, completely had coming with the way I'd been playing that. We can go into Torn here. Go for a knockoff. Okay, we get the item. The boots have fallen from the Moltres. Let's go into, I think we go into Mola here. Let's wish. If they burn this here, we're in the clear. If we get the opportunity to heal up treads, we're in the clear. Okay, I don't think we can heal. I think, yeah, it's going to take too much from a flamethrower. With Tornadus does comfortably live, though, so we can flip turn into that. Go for just a knockoff. It's fine. And let's U-turn here. Ooh, yeah, we can go Mola and then Wish here. That looks good. That looks good. Is Mola dying? Okay, it is, yeah. Let's Wish. Let's go Tornadus. Good catch on their part. They know their way to win is that Jolteon, and I'm doing my best to make it not destroy me. But yeah, that's their way to win for sure, and I think they know it. Okay, they're about to go for the Jolteon play here, and this is where our Icy Wind comes in clutch once again. Yep. Huge Icy Wind. Thunderbolt plus Burn actually does not kill here, so we can go for a nice knockoff. Get rid of this thing's hazards. Hazards, what am I talking about? If it wants to come in again. And then let's U-turn, I think, here. Into what? Into what? I think we sack Persian, probably. Then go Cinderace Pyro Ball. I think Treads still lives this. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure Treads lives this still. Okay, Moltres enters, fine. Go Mola here. We can Wish. I'm guessing this brings in the Hydrapple again. Yep. There's the Apple. Let's go into Torn. Does I think 2 Icy Winds does it, so we have no reason to risk the Bleak Wind. Why is Icy Wind good? That's what I'm wondering. Let's go for another one. Cool. Like, Icy Wind has been really good in every game, which is just so wacky. Mola, I don't believe you died with Thunderbolt, do you? You have a chance to get one hit KO'd by that? Come on, Mola. We got to do better. Treads. How much are you taking from this alluring voice? Taking 10. You're taking 10, Treads. Good job. Does Tornadus die here to a Jolteon hit? Very unlikely to, which is crazy. So we could U-turn. How much is Tread's Earthquake doing? To this, oh, it's killing. Okay, so we don't need to risk this then. We can just go Cinderace and let that go. Let's U-turn. I can try to click Calm Mind, whatever. That's fine. Let's go Treads here. Let's Earthquake. Now we go Mola. If they go hard into Jolteon, we win. If they don't, we also win. Yeah, we just flip turn here. Bring in Jolteon. Excuse me, bring in Treads. Not even a critical hit. How did we not... Oh, for a second I was like, how did we not win the game? And then I realized the Moltres is still alive. Okay, yeah. Not honestly even the most crisp gameplay. I should not have let Treads get as weak as I did, but we still won. We've had 3 dominant matchups. And also, like, say, like, people calling like sack featured, you know, Crapmon. It stopped a Kingambit that game, okay? It stopped a Kingambit. That is not bad. That is not bad in the slightest. It did well that game. All right, this looks actually like a really good Persian game. I'm a fan of Persian here. All right. This is an interesting kind of team we're facing. Kyurem is always scary. Probably AV or something here. I'm thinking probably Tornadus is a fine lead. Let's go with that. Let's just go with Tornadus and see kind of what they want to start. Okay, they start with Treads. Probably going to be... we don't want to let ourselves get knocked off here. I feel like I'm actually okay to go into Ursaluna, I think is a fine start. Even if we get knocked off here, like Ursaluna is just not really it this game. This is a very offensive team. Ursaluna, it's not really. Breaking is not, it's not going to be super important here. So if we get knocked off, that's kind of okay. And we're just going to click Earthquake. Okay, yep, there's the Stealth Rock. We can, ideally, we court change that later. Let's just go, oh, can we kill with Drain Punch? Probably not. Yeah, let's just kill with Earthquake. Or, not kill, necessarily. Let's go for Earthquake. Sure enough, Treads is just going to click EQ. Yeah, that went fine. Como comes in. I mean... This thing might Terra Ghost, is what I'm worried about. And if it boosts outside of Persian speed tier, that could be bad. So let's go... Do we go right into Persian? I think we can just Earthquake, honestly. No, that could be bad. Because then it'll Drain Punch, probably, yeah. But then if we... Kingambit could be an issue, though, if we... I think you Terra Ghost here, though. Like, there's no way you're just about to eat a Facade. But you might. You might. Let's go for the Earthquake, and let's see what this thing wants to do. Okay, it substitutes. Good. I'm glad we went for that, then. I'm glad we went for that. Let me go for a Facade here. You definitely don't Terra Ghost after you just saw the Earthquake come out. Okay, now you might Terra Ghost, so I'm going to go for an Earthquake again. Your Drain Punch is still not... Wait, hold on. That is a very weird set. Drain Punch has a chance to kill now. We're getting into that zone. Drain Punch is now likely to kill, but you don't really have a lot of bulk. I think we go Tornadus now. You don't have the health left to do any like crazy setup. So yeah, it went for the Drain Punch as expected. And we can go for a, I think a knockoff here is fine. I don't even think we need to go for a Bleak Wind. We might catch like a Kyurem or a Kingambit coming in, so I think a knockoff here is better. Great. What's it going to be? It's going to be booster energy, so it didn't really help us a ton anyway. But that's fine. We have an AV Treads. I feel like that should probably shut this down. We can we could Icy Wind as well if we wanted to just deal with this with Cinderace, so that's an angle as well. How much is Treads taking? So Earthquake is not... Oh, after U-turn, it'll definitely kill. Focus Blast is doing 40. That's hilarious. Yeah, we just U-turn here. We can just go into Treads. I mean, this thing will... Yeah, like, go for a Focus Blast. It's going to do 60. That's so funny. Like, Terra fighting Focus Blast does not get the job done here. That is so goofy. That Como is bulky, it's a sample team? Okay, interesting. I don't know what my opponent is thinking so hard about. Like, if you have Focus Blast, click it. If you don't have it, you probably just sack your Iron Crown because it's not very good here. You could preserve it, but I think you just sack. Honestly, I think that's the better play. No, I think my opponent clicking sub on the Ursaluna was the right play. Someone's saying like, yeah, well, that sub cost a lot of health. I mean, you know what would have cost even more health would be clicking Drain Punch right away and taking like 90 from a Facade. That would have cost a lot more health. So the clicking substitutes there to stall for Drain Punch killing, I think was a sensible play for sure. Okay, Focus Blast misses. It would not. I mean, obviously that's nice to have treads healthy, but I mean, it wouldn't have done much. It really wouldn't have. The main threat to this team I'm still worried about is King Gambit. That's kind of scary to me. We can Rapid Spin here. Okay, Dragon Dance. Let's Volt Switch out into the Persian. Yep. Yep, you super cannot kill me, and I can. I feel like the calcs are off on this, but anyway, let's click. I mean, like, am I tripping here? But it feels like we should be doing way more to this Kyurem. It's like, sure, mixed dragon. I mean, let's go with just like a pure Dragon Dance. Let's go like Adamant. Yeah, this is, I don't know what these calcs are on about. Like, showing me it's doing like so little. Like, this foul play should super kill. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the 5 hits, and this should be it for Kyurem. Yeah, that's, yep, there we go. Okay, we've got a booster speed Ival. We've got an AV Tornadus that really should be able to handle this. There's the Calm Mind coming out. You know the crazy thing? We actually go for the Icy Wind here. Yeah. That's the right play because now we can beat it with Cinderace and such. Actually, we can now also hit it with Persian, which is not bad either. Why are you saying foul play kills? This is like, there's no way. Does that kill? I feel like these foul play calcs are really off. It's 0 IV here. Terra Ghost. Perch foul play is doing. Oh, that's actually doing a lot. 77. Okay, let's U-turn here. I mean, okay, we could go Persian and just kill this thing. I don't think we want to do that because then we end up in a kind of an awkward position against these fellas. So I think we go into Cinderace here and Pyro Ball this. If we miss, that would suck, but I don't think we'd be in like a losing. You don't kill Cinderace? Okay, Cinderace doesn't kill, apparently, which is kind of crazy, but okay, it doesn't kill. Well, let's just go into Treads then. Treads, you should be able to take any hit here. I mean, maybe not an Aura Sphere, but... Oh no, you do take Aura Sphere. You don't take a Focus Blast, though. That is the one thing Treads cannot do, is take a Focus Blast there. That's fine. We can U-turn. We can U-turn and then go into Cinderace. Okay, as long as we hit this Pyro Ball, we are in good shape. As long as we hit this Pyro Ball, we are in very good shape. Okay, good. I think we are in a really, really good spot at this point. U-turn here does... oh, actually does not do as much as I thought. What was I... I guess I forgot resisted or something. Okay, well anyway, it's okay. Go for the U-turn. Goes for all the big boost. We just Icy Wind. It's so funny that I keep clicking Icy Wind, but like, it's really good. Why is it so good? I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but it is. Yeah, it's wild that Icy Wind has been clutch in like every game. It's just crazy stuff. Do we go for another? I mean, do we? Can we? I'd love to kill with a U-turn, but that's not really in the cards. I don't think that's really possible. So let's just Icy Wind again here. Oh my gosh, we missed the Icy Wind, guys. We missed the Icy... Oh, but Tornadus lived because it's Tornadus. Let's go for another one. We better not miss 2 Icy Winds. I'm going to rage if we miss 2 Icy Winds. You know what? I actually wonder if Mola's the play here. Because I don't think that Drain Punch is going to heal, like, much. Heals 22. I think the play here is we actually knock off, so we can have Mola in against the Kingambit. I think this is the right play. Bro, click an attack. I don't know what my opponent's thinking. Like, you can't, you don't sub, you don't Clangor a Soul. Like, what are you doing? Click an attack. Okay, there we go. Drain, but yeah, Drain Punch makes sense. Okay, can we go Cinderace here and U-turn? Not a great chance to kill. How much is Mola Flip Turn doing? Okay, so that's 3 plus the 16 from Helmet, and the Drain Punch is healing 19 and 22. I think this is a positive for us, but let's, I mean, we can just try it. There's not really much harm in trying it. Yeah, ghost fighting. Yeah, this is a pretty, it's not a super new thing. This Como has been around. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, that I think that brought it to lower health. It was at 10 before, right? So Cinderace U-turn, I believe, is a guaranteed kill now. Yes, cool. So now what we do is pretty simple. We go Cinderace, we U-turn. We still have our Scarf, right? Yeah. And then we just trick that Kingambit a Scarf, and that's game. Yeah, it's Goldengo. It's just, I mean, I think Goldengo is the big ticket item, but these do run Terra Ghost, which is just a generally good Terra type. And then, yeah, but you know, it hits Goldengo, it hits Galarian Slowking. Like, Fighting Ghost is just very good coverage. Like, think Marshadow. You know, that's the type of thing you're dealing with here. So what elo are they? Yeah, 1855. Good player, and we are about to take them out with Persian. Feel like we should have just risked the Pyro Ball there. Oh, no, you are totally wrong. This scenario I set up is the ideal situation for this Kingambit. It wasn't about whether I could kill the Como. That was never the question. GG. Kingambit locks into Swords Dance. That was hilarious. Okay. What? Oh yeah, we didn't. I forgot. I was doing some gaming before this. Let's go for one more. I really should be sleeping, but actually no, I cannot afford. Okay, I was gonna cancel that and say I can't afford to be irresponsible, but I guess we're too late now. We're being irresponsible. Okay. Ursaluna is good. Clefable's annoying. Cinderace is good. Cinderace is actually really good here. Pyro Ball, just like clicking Pyro Ball, actually looks mad scary for my opponent to deal with. I think Cinderace can Cinderace one-shot Dragapult with Sucker Punch. I believe no, it kind of it needs a little bit of chip. So let's start off with Mola. I think is not bad because I can Rocky Helmet some stuff. Yeah, I can get a Rocky Helmet on this. Having Cinderace for hazards is so nice. Okay, knockoff, fine. Let's run a calc on that knockoff damage. Knockoff indicates that did 22. So this is Adamant, likely Adamax is probably what I'm thinking. 20. Oh, hold on, that did 23. Could be a little bulkier then. Could be a little bulkier. Hard to say. I think either way, I feel pretty comfortable going into Cinderace here, going for a nice U-turn. Probably... Actually, I don't know what'll come in here. Okay, there's the U-turn. Let's go Ursaluna. We see... Okay, leftovers. Got that confirmed. Cool. I'm just going to go for a Facade here. Probably Corviknight comes in. We can get an idea of what set that is. Okay, we see Rocky Helmet. Let me go for a Drain Punch and just see if it goes for a Roost. That could be kind of cool. Okay, there's the U-turn coming off. Interesting. Wow, crazy Dragapult. I mean, good play. Let's go Mola here. The U-turn is interesting. Okay. Clefable. Yeah, I'll wish, and let's just bring in the Luna. This is the vision. This is what it's all about. And that you know, those rocks can be court changed. Moonblast, that's not going to do a ton of damage. Let's SD. Let's SD for the Corviknight. And let's go for an Earthquake. Nah. No. Let's go for a Facade. Let's do it. Okay, we see this come out. This could throw off a Body Press here, which would be really bad and would kill us. So let's not get Body Pressed. Let's not do that. Let's go into Mola here. Iron Defense again. Okay, let's go for a Scald. Can we please burn this? Mola, you haven't burned once today. This would be so good. Come on, Mola. All right, let's wish. So we didn't see a Body Press come out. So there's still a chance it doesn't have it. I feel pretty comfortable flip turning into Luna here. I don't think you can kill even with like an Ice Beam. Let's check. If you're like Ice Beam modest, are you killing Ursaluna? Actually, that is likely to kill. Let's check that flip turn damage, see if we can get an indicator on what that set is. This is Mola against Cloaking Flip Turn doing 18. Yeah, so that's not really any information at all. I'm a little scared. Let's play it safe and go Treads here. Ice Beam. Okay, we can run a calc on that. I think that is probably exactly what I was fearing. Yep, that is precisely what I was fearing. So good thing we played it safe. We go for a Rapid Spin. Okay, Leftovers Tusk. This is a fine opportunity to go into Mola. Now I think without the rocks we'd live in Ice Beam. So we could go if they go into Glow King here. Okay, we can wish up Mola here. Go for a nice flip turn, I guess. Okay, Dragapult enters, yeah. Yeah, let's go Luna. Let's drain, but you definitely don't just stay in and click. Yeah, like you okay, that U-turn damage, I thought this was banded on this team, but I guess not. And it should be an Iron Defense here, so I'm thinking we go into Mola, and we can try to find another burn. Okay, just a Roost. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. That is a fair play. I feel like we want to trick Scarf something. Because this has been kind of annoying. Let's just flip turn here and see what we can do. Can we go Persian here and try to get him with the funny? Let's try it. We got him. Like, what's that? Like Ralph. Who's the guy from Sims like that? Me. Like that's what I feel like when I just did that. That was funny. Yeah, the Wish support is going great. I think it was definitely the right call going with the mixed defenses because the Wish healing amount has been important. Okay. I mean, like low key, we could stay in and click foul play on you, but we probably don't. I'd probably just go Mola here. I mean, if you want to set up all these hazards, that's the way you want to go about this. I got a Cinderace in the back, and I am not afraid to use it. Let me go for a Scald. Let's see if Mola can burn for once in its miserable life. Come on, Mola. Come on, Mola. It's been so long since you've gotten a burn, and it will continue to be forever. It looks like, because that's just how you roll around these parts. We could also just go Treads and remove. Does Ursaluna die to an Ice Beam with all these hazards up? Probably, but let's check. Yeah, Ice Beam would do it. So yeah, let's just. I mean, we could. Do we go Cinderace and we probably don't. We probably don't. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. That implies Choice Scarf. I feel like I'm very suspicious of the Choice Scarf here. I can just go into, I think, Tornadus and click U-turn looks fine. We don't really need the Assault Vest for anything. So if we get knocked off, like, fine, go for it. You do you. Nelson? The Nelson laugh, yeah. Okay, well, they just, okay. Cool. Let's wish. Let's protect. I don't know why they're so willing to sack this Pokemon. Like, they do know I'm going to court change, right? Like, I feel like you must know. You've got to know. I mean, we can just go Treads here and Rapid Spin, which I'll probably do that. Just, you know, because it's here, it's guaranteed. Or, you know what, actually, let's Earthquake instead. Let's go the more offensive route. Yeah, because we have the court change in the back. I feel like that was a funnier way to go about it. And here, I think let's swap in Cinderace. I'll throw off a Pyro Ball. Tusk comes in. Okay, so we could really do a funny here, and Terra Ghost. Hit him with the Terra Ghost and then court change. That would be pretty devious. Would that be a good play? Hard to say. I want to do it, but I don't think. I mean, what else are we going to Terra though? Like, do we need? I don't think we need. Let me do it. Let me do it. You only live once, right? Got him again. Okay, let me go for a U-turn here. They might expect to go for the double spin. If they do, good on them, but I'm gonna go into the Tornadus. Okay, good play. That's fine. Let me we can knock off here. I think is fine. Get the Clefable, get the Corviknight would be a huge knockoff. They probably won't give us that, but that would be great. Terra Ghost, Choice Band, Astonish on Dragapult has a chance to 2-KO Corviknight. Absolutely no, it does not. You are so lying about that. That is the fakest news ever. No. Dragapult. Choice Band. Where's the Choice Band set? Okay, sure. Choice Band. All right, Astonish. Unless, I mean, are you talking about like a ridiculous Corviknight set that nobody runs that has like no defense investment? Or no, you are incorrect. Corviknight. Yeah, like this is how much you're doing. I mean, especially defensive Corviknight. Yeah, you have a chance to do it KO, which is like something, I guess. All right, let's wish up. We're going to do the whole Ursaluna thing again. Hey, we got Tenebris Sight. Awesome. Okay, yeah, we go Ursaluna here. They'll probably just Ice Beam, but that's okay. Yep. We survive. And we can go Cinderace here. You definitely just go into Corviknight. So, let me hit that court change. Hit him with that 1-2. U-turn. Torn. They got us. Well played. Let's U-turn. Oh, I really want to just like trick something at some point with Persian. It'll probably have to be the Clefable. Is that worth it? Is that worth tricking? Honestly, yes, that'd be pretty good. Let's just trick something. Let's throw off that switcheroo. It might just Moonblast and kill us here, which we die to because Persian. But let's see. Let's see what they go for. Stealth Rock Hat. Got him. All right, let's Parting Shot. This Pokemon has been good. Like, this Persian has been... I wish we didn't knock it off now, obviously, but this Persian has been good. Okay, we could go... Could go Mola. Could just go into that. Could do that thing. Could go Ace. Let's go Ace. Let's go Ace and just Court Change here. I think that's fine. Hopefully, if we get knocked off here, that could be a little annoying, but we're not weak to rocks anymore, so it's not that bad. Headlong, yeah, we'll be fine. I mean, as long as we don't get critical hit, which we didn't, so cool. Let's U-turn here. Clefable enters. If you want to go for the double rocks in exchange for getting killed by Ursaluna, deal. They did not want that deal. Let's go Mola. Let's Scald. Please, Mola. For the first time in your life, get a burn on Scald. You have not done it once this... Okay, it's just going for the U-turn. All right, fine. We can flip turn here. That's fine. Go Tornadus. Okay, we don't get Sledge Bomb poisoned. Cool. Let's just U-turn. Clefable. Fine. Ooh, we can go Mola here and Wish, and if they go for the Stealth Rock, we get to heal up our Iron Treads. This Choice Scarf trick was good. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that decision. Does Persian, do you die? You probably die. Persian, you are so frail. But we can just flip turn into Torn, I think is fine. Let's U-turn. We can kind of keep this cycle going for a little bit. Persian's name is kind of stupid. It's literally just a Persian cat. Yeah, it is. It's not the most creative name in the world. I think Glowking is losing health on this. Is it? Stealth Rock? No, it's not losing health on this. Clefable is. Slowly but surely, though. Okay, interesting. Persian, do you die to a Sludge Bomb? Let's check that. You do not. So that's good. Let's go into you. Oh, Psyshock, extra. Nice, you actually did okay. All right, it's Parting Shot here. Cool. I think we go for the Wish. I think this is a good opportunity to heal up our treads. And they're going to let us do it. Or do we heal up treads or do we heal up Ursaluna? Because Ursaluna could kind of wrap this game up here. I feel like the smart play is to heal up treads. Yeah, I think we do that. Let's do it. How much is you going to... You're going to get healed up with 77. That is not bad. Not bad, treads. Mola is fine. We can... I mean, like if you want to give us stuff to Court Change, like, by all means, let's Wish here. We can heal up our Cinderace. Okay, let's flip. We can flip turn into treads. Yeah, healing up treads was probably the right call because of this. We can now go into it and spin and not have to fully rely on Court Change. Yeah, the Flamethrower will not. That was a critical hit, did 43. Let's Rapid Spin. How much is Corviknight? Could we Volt Switch? Corviknight might try to come in here. We don't kill with a Rapid Spin into a Volt Switch, but I think that's fine. GG. Okay, they gave up. Cool. Good game. Yeah. Why was this team good? Someone's like, we went, so the record's off because I was doing some gaming before this, getting some background footage for an upcoming video, but we had one game that I threw and then 3 wins. So that's 4 games, the team had a good matchup in 4 out of 4. And the Persian was good in every game. Persian was good in every game and like instrumental, like I think it was crucial in every game. So yeah, I mean, why did this work? I don't know, but this worked. This did indeed work. Thank you guys for attending. I've got to go to bed, as they call it, the old sleep. This worked. This worked really well. I'm still worried about certain threats. I think King Gambit is still kind of scary, although maybe not, honestly, because you can just like attack it so it doesn't set up, and then you got Terra Ghost or Terra Dark Foul Play, and then switch. Maybe you're fine. I mean, we didn't face an ID Zama, which is scary as well. You might need Wisp on Cinderace. Maybe the Sucker Punch isn't necessary. We maybe have enough tools that we don't need priority, but I feel like it's a team. You need priority. But yeah, we probably do a part 2. I mean, this worked. This really worked. And by the way, like, I gotta say, there was who was that person who was like, is this just another bring a ZUmon to OU? As I said, when I bring a ZU Pokemon to OU, it's not like, oh, here's this terrible Pokemon, let's see what we can do. It is because I see something in it that I think this might work better in this metagame. Just like with the Mega Beedrill in rarely used, I think it is probably better in overused than it is in underused and rarely used in Natdex. In this case, because of all the physical setup in this tier, I think it is very possible that Persian is maybe better in overused than it would be in, like, say, underused. Or maybe even in ZU. Who knows? So, yeah, Wellspring was missing. That is true. We did not see a single Wellspring, which is a definite point to be aware of. Because, yeah, this team does not enjoy Wellspring in a lot of areas. But I mean, it's all we have. It does have resources for Wellspring, though. I mean, like, it doesn't love the Cinderace. We've got the Wish plus the Persian Alola. We've got, so I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say that if this team is good. It looked good today. I think we do have to do more testing. 4 games is not a large sample size, but we dominated those 4 games. So, thank you guys for attending. Hope you had a good time. I had a good time, and let's call it there. Let's put this up. Try to time this right. End this in 3, 2, 1.